Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 𝐈𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫 episode 99 for my Brooklyn Nine-Nine friends. And I can't believe we're at episode. When we started this 2 years ago, it's just wow. Who would have thought? We are also on iTunes and Spotify, so please give us a review on iTunes. We will review your review on the show. We will do it and read it live. I'm of course Daniel. You may know me as 𝐷𝐵. I'm joined today by the one and only the Geek Apprentice, and I guess Jesse's here too. So today, right, we're gonna be jumping in with the mailbag. If you don't know what that is, it's where you guys get to submit your questions and we get to answer them. And most of the time it's good, and sometimes it is not good. And if you want to make sure, because oftentimes actually we have too many questions, very often. So if you want to make sure that you get your question answered, you can go check out the old �GameOverJesse Patreon page. You can join this lovely gang of people that I'm gonna just rattle their names off and probably butcher some of them. So we've got Sheikah Witch, Manboy Cave, David, Monica, Bootleg Boy, Ran Jammin, Derek, shout out to us, Jonah, Rusty, BKRS7, Jacob, Lovable Christy, Mandy Lee Plays, Tornin Prince, Lily the dog, debatable if she's actually a dog or not, Amanda, Gus, Alan, The Legend of Rage, Blognarn, the Enix Freak, Larulian Sheep, and Nurium. I never know how to pronounce that properly. Thank you guys all for support on Patreon. Support our friend Jabby. He's such a good man. And let's grab a question. What, Jesse? What do you words?
I was going to say.
What are you saying?
Lexi in the chat says also 𝐷𝐵 looks like Jake Peralta. That is the reason he is named Jake Peralta or King Peralta in our private Discord server.
It's true. I actually did do Jake Peralta as my Halloween costume, which is why I bought this hoodie.
For a second, I thought you were going to say high school play.
No, I wish. Brooklyn Nine-Nine didn't exist back.
I know.
10 years ago when I was in high school.
Time machine confirmed.
What?
Like that just looks like a picture on your wall, but it's really a safe you open up that has a small time machine.
Yeah.
It's like, this is how I go back and retcon 9-9 into history.
9-9.
Originally, it didn't exist until 2030.
Oh no!
And
I mean,
you
good.
You took it to the past and sold it to Fox.
Oh, I gave them one instruction: whatever you do, don't cancel this show. I know it's good, and that's what you like to do with good shows.
Yeah,
it was a great Halloween
costume. Last Man
costume.
on Earth was my favorite.
Oh, Last Man on Earth was good. It was good. You wouldn't think they'd get you in the feels, but they do it. They do it. But yes, the mailbag. We have Zelda, and not always Zelda questions. It's called the Zelda Mailbag. It's okay if the questions are not.
Here's my question.
Zelda.
Every time they sang that song, did you tear up?
Which song?
The only song like they sang on like 50 episodes. Where they would finish singing it and then they'd be like, again?
Oh, at the karaoke machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they'd literally sing it like 4 times in a row on each episode.
Nah. It doesn't do it for me.
No.
I'm sorry. It's no piano.
He was trapped in space.
He was. Oh. Yeah, see that's how you get in the feels right there. Guy trapped in space.
With worms.
Literally falls to Earth. It's a good show. Anyways, we have questions.
Let's have a Last Man on Earth podcast.
We should. Friends on Friends is coming back.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Okay. So, question.
Or is it Friends with Friends? Friends with Friends. I said Friends on Friends. That sounds dirtier. Anyways.
I was just going to say that sounds painful, but...
That too. Our first
I'm the
question.
smallest, so please don't.
Oh no. I'm gonna grab this one from the Manboy Caves. He is on that lovely list of Patreon people. He says, mailbag. By the way, this question is 2 weeks old, so I'm sorry, Manboy Cave. We have not been recording this podcast. I am apologize. But he says, mailbag. Link has made several appearances in other franchises or collaboration games like Mario Kart, Cadence of Hyrule, Hyrule Warriors. Which other IP would you like to see Link show up in? Or if not Link, what other character from the Zelda universe would you like to see somewhere else? So crossover time.
Kingdom Hearts.
You what? Kingdom Hearts? Did you say?
Yeah.
It's not
Link in
Disney.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, like if there was a crossover, like have him appear in that. Was it
Sure.
asking our favorite crossover?
No.
Oh.
What? This? No, you answered correctly. The
Okay.
Hypothetical crossover. Here's my question: put Link in Smash already. Why isn't he in Smash? I'm sorry. It's a bad joke. There's literally 3 of him in Smash.
It took me a second. I was like thinking. It's like,
Why isn't he in? No, I'm Joshi.
pretty sure
I'm
he's in
Joshi.
it.
I'm Joshi. I'm Yoshi with the J.
'Cause I know he wasn't in Mario Kart for the longest time.
Matt in the chat mentions Link was in Soul Calibur 2. Yes, he was. He was the only reason I bought Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah. Worst video game purchasing decision of my young life.
Was buying Soul Calibur 2?
Yeah, because I wanted, like, if I was smart,
good
I would have got Wind Waker.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you had to choose between the two, Maker.
But then it's like,
Choice.
Link is just giant on the box, and for a kid that had no internet, I'm like, what is this Zelda game? Like, I've never heard of this, so I had to buy it.
It's no. It's
Yeah.
medieval fighter. It's medieval Street Fighter.
And knowing my luck, if I would have been smart enough to ask the game associate clerk person, be like, is this a real Zelda game? And they would have been like, well, he is in it. Yeah.
Or you could have read the box. You could have.
Yeah.
The box.
Well,
Turn it over.
I like the joke funnier that the clerk doesn't know who Zelda or Link is. So it's like, is this a Zelda game? He's like, well, he is in the game.
Zelda's in this game.
Yeah, he's on the box art.
True.
All right.
But
So what about you guys?
that's your take, Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
Yeah. Because it's always been my
Apprentice.
dream game. Anytime we're ever asked, like a Kingdom Hearts style Nintendo game where there's like Mushroom Kingdom, and then Hyrule, and then like space. Yoshi's Island.
A
Nintendo.
place for the
Kingdom Hearts.
Inklings, a place for Metroid,
Yeah.
Oof, what world are we living in?
and
Oh,
Pikmin.
Splatoon comes before Metroid. I'm living in the darkest timeline.
Well, we
I
had,
just don't know the other IPs that well, so I'm naming them as they come to my head.
No, you're probably right though. Like
Animal
Smart.
Crossing.
Oh yeah. You want to put Link in Animal Crossing? That's your answer?
No, that's not my answer. I'm talking about the big Kingdom Hearts as it like.
Oh, yeah.
world.
Link is
No.
in Animal Crossing.
What?
Well, you can get his gear.
And there was on the GameCube, you could play. I don't know if it was one of the games, but like,
You could
You
play
could-
one like the old Zelda one, I think,
yeah, there's the room with all the
or maybe it was the Link to the
emulators.
Past. I don't remember.
Yeah, so
But
like
that's not my crossover. No.
the game, literally, like the franchise of Zelda, literally exists in the Animal Crossing world.
So does Super Mario Brothers, and lots of other games actually.
Yeah, so maybe Animal Crossing is our world.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm quiet now.
I mean, I have my idea if Daniel's still thinking.
I would just think a new indie sort of project / different take on Zelda in the same vein of not necessarily music based like Cadence of Hyrule, but in the same vein as that would be really cool. But I'm not like hurting for a Zelda crossover with another game franchise because I'm too interested in canon. So
No, same.
but just another like indie take on the Zelda idea would be cool because Cadence was. I still need to finish that game because I'm a butthead. But Cadence was a really neat and different take on Zelda, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As a cop-out answer, but that's just my answer. Jesse, is Jesse sinking in quicksand?
I think so.
Are you in quicksand?
Maybe.
Are you sinking?
Is that what happened?
Are you sinking?
I don't.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. I think I'm
Oh my
stuck.
god.
Sorry.
Geek, where's your question?
What's your crossover? Tell us.
So it's not Link, but a character. It could be two characters because they're essentially kind of the same character that I think would look cute in Pokemon. Maybe this is because I've been playing Pokemon. Would be.
Don't say Tingle.
No. No. I am a normal human being. Well, that's debatable. But anyway, Malon / Marin. I just feel like, especially how Marin looks in Link's Awakening, I feel like there's room. Not even necessarily like a crossover necessarily, but they can make a character that's heavily modeled after her and maybe even has a very similar name, and it would just look really cute in Pokemon. Just how her character is. That's the best I got, because I'm also like a canon person, so I'm like, don't.
Yeah. You're fun. Awesome. Well, that's all of that one. Do you want to, one of you guys want to pick a next question here?
Yeah, Geek, do you have a question? I'll pick my question from the chat. So people in the chat, get your question up there.
I picked an easy question.
It'll be the
except it's
last
actually
one.
not that easy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go for it.
It was asked in October.
Oh boy.
I don't know if it's already been asked.
Oh no. Well, I try and like take them out as we answer them.
It says it's just from Key. I don't know if it's Key of Time, but it just says Key. Said, are asked. I just saw it highlighted and then Daniel's name.
Ooh, my bad. Sorry, I was reading it.
Oh, no, it freaked me out. I was like, whoa, I forgot that can happen in real time. So he asks, assuming it's Key of Time, who's the greatest of the 4 champions and why do you choose them? At first I was like, oh, this is an easy question. And then I was like, but is it though? Because obviously we know when sorting the Highland Games cast, I am Mipha. We all have our respective champions that we are like. I'm like, but who is my favorite? I just know that it's not Daruk or Rivali. And it's definitely between Urbosa and Mipha. Even though I am very much like Mipha, I think my favorite is actually Urbosa. And probably just because I love her relationship with Zelda.
Like that
yes.
Was the champions.
Yes. That picture is so great. I love it so much.
You got.
It's so good. But I think the reason I pick Urbosa is I love her relationship with Zelda. Especially, but also her mother. Like, she was really close friends with the queen. And then the fact that she acts like this pseudo mother figure for Zelda for most of her life. And she's also very, very strong, obviously. But not like in the typical, oh, it's a strong female character. Like, no, she actually just is a strong character who happens to be female. Like, it's not like they're pushing an agenda. Well, it's Japan. They're not usually doing that. Depends. But, yeah, she's probably my favorite. But Mipha's a very, very close second.
Well, Daruk is my favorite champion because I love Bronze and I love his bombastic character. He's just like I just want to be best friends with Daruk, you know? I actually think I have to agree that Urbosa is probably the best champion, in a sense. Like, and then trying to remove my own bias. And that is just because I feel like if you put the 4 of them in a ring together and had them actually duke it out, that Urbosa would win the fight. In like a weird, sick, horrible battle royale against those 4 champions, removing like that Urbosa would be the one to win because Urbosa's Fury right away would take out both Rivali and Mipha, and Daruk would probably be unscathed by it. But while he's strong physically, is very imposing. You can see that Urbosa can do perfect parry like Link can. We see that in the cutscene. She's just a really skilled fighter. And so I feel like I don't know, maybe her and Daruk, because then Daruk has Daruk's protection. So maybe her and Daruk would kind of get locked in a fight, and maybe there wouldn't be a clear winner. I don't know. But just a part of me thinks that she's a really cool character, and she's a badass. And even though Daruk's my personal fave, I think she might be able to, if not out physically take him, she'd definitely be able to outsmart him.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's my take in this sick, horrible battle royale situation.
I know.
And I feel bad for just discounting.
Scale on Mipha's body.
I feel bad for like killing Mipha and Revali instantly. But Urbosa's 3 would be able to, because Zoras have no resistance to electricity, and I imagine if you're a bird and you get struck by lightning, that's a pretty bad stitch as well. So
she would have her next meal.
she wants that poultry. Jesse, are you okay?
She can't eat it though because it's too bitter.
Oh
it's
no!
Revali.
Are you sure? I think it's pretty salty.
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Crispy says he can eat boulders. Is this true that Darude can eat boulders? He's a very physically imposing character. He wouldn't go down easy. He'd give her probably the hardest time. But I still feel like she'd be able to outmaneuver and outsmart and ultimately win for that reason.
What you said about like the weaknesses and stuff.
Electrocuting Mipha? What?
No, it makes me think like, why didn't they send the champion to the divine beast that they felt it would be strongest against?
Maybe they did, but they misjudged it. I don't know. What would be strongest? Like, if you had to swap them out for each other, would be the strongest.
Well, I mean, like, because you got... Like, if you have the water Blight Ganon, then, like, take Revali or... Oh, jeez. My brain. I can't think.
I mean, Urbosa would be strong against Water Blight.
Well, I was thinking Revali because he could have like electric arrows and stuff. And then he can shoot like 100 at Water Blight Ganon's head while time's slowed down or whatever. I don't know. It's hard, right? Yeah. But I would go with Urbosa would be like the one to win in a battle.
He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. Yeah. The good news about all this is that they would never fight each other because they're all best friends, and also Revali's there on their team.
I like the idea.
I think Revali would probably size himself up to Urbosa and just be like, "It's not worth fighting. I'm above all of this." Rather than just be like, "No, I would lose," is what's gonna happen.
I like the idea of, instead of getting the Blight Ganons, you would fight against the champions, like Dark Versions.
Oh, that would be so much better.
I know.
Though.
Imagine if it was just the Blights possessing the champions. Even if you didn't have the story element, like if you were ignoring that part, I feel like it would still be harder.
Yeah.
Like gut-wrenching wise.
You could still fight the Blight. Like, fight the champion. Okay, picture this. Blight has possessed the champion. Phase 1 of the battle, you fight the champion. And then phase 2 of the battle, you and the champion both fight against the Blight. Super cool battle scenarios.
But suddenly, make the Blights harder.
Oh yeah, make them harder then. You have to make them harder then.
Except Thunder Blight. He's hard enough. I hate him.
Well, I love fighting him just because he's the hardest one.
Well, see,
I'm the
terrible type of gamer that I'm like, if I can spam one button, that's my ideal.
No.
I'm one of those.
I was very pleased with myself streaming Breath of the Wild. And I took out Thunderblight Ganon in probably like a solid minute. And I was really pleased with myself.
You were on Master Mode too, so he would have regained energy.
Yeah, you gotta be fast though.
HP, whatever it's called.
I was very pleased. And I went back and had to re-watch like how I did it. Because the first time he dashes at you, if you get a perfect parry in there, you're basically golden. That's the trick. You gotta get in there first. Anyways, I'm done bragging, but I really love that fight actually. So, what could have been though? I want to fight the champions, especially if it's like a Mega Man, like they have their own abilities, and you gain the ability after defeating them, right?
Yep.
Like a Mega Man.
My question.
Yeah.
I pick from the chat. From Jorge. Says, if Zelda could be put in a new kind of media it hasn't still touched, which would you like it to be?
Wait, repeat that?
If you could put Zelda in a new kind of media that it hasn't touched, what?
Hey everyone, it's me again, 𝐅𝐼𝐬. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the 𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐬 channel, please consider purchasing a 𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐬 t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐬, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐬, and much, much more.